Prayer does not change God, but it changes him who prays. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. Anxiety is the dizziness of freedom. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. People demand freedom of speech as a compensation for the freedom of thought, which they seldom use. The most common form of despair is not being who you are. The most painful state of being is remembering the future, particularly the one you'll never have. There are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what isn't true, the other is to refuse to believe what is true. What if everything in the world were a misunderstanding? What if laughter were really tears? Once you label me, you negate me. The tyrant dies, and his rule is over. The martyr dies, and his rule begins. Face the facts of being what you are, for that is what changes what you are. Many of us pursue pleasure with such breathless haste that we hurry past it. It is so hard to believe, because it is so hard to obey. The highest and most beautiful things in life are not to be heard about, nor read about, nor seen, but, if one will, are to be lived. Boredom is the root of all evil, the despairing refusal to be oneself. It is impossible to exist without passion. The self-assured believer is a greater sinner in the eyes of God than the troubled disbeliever. Happiness is the greatest hiding place for despair. On the secretly blushing cheek is reflected the glow of the heart. My sorrow is my castle. Take away paradox from the thinker, and you have a professor. It is very important in life to know when your cue comes. I stick my finger into existence, and it smells of nothing. A no does not hide anything, but a yes very easily becomes a deception. Once you are born in this world, you're old enough to die. Hope is a passion for the possible. And this is one of the most crucial definitions for the whole of Christianity, that the opposite of sin is not virtue but faith. Now, with God's help, I shall become myself. The task must be made difficult, for only the difficult inspires the noble-hearted. What is existence for, but to be left at, if men in their 20s have already attained the utmost? To be lost in spiritlessness is the most terrible thing of all. For he who loves God without faith reflects on himself, while the person who loves God in faith reflects on God. For love is exultant when it unites equals, but it is triumphant when it makes that which was unequal equal in love. Don't forget to love yourself. Whoever has learned to be anxious in the right way has learned the ultimate. Only the person who is essentially capable of remaining silent is capable of speaking essentially. It's better to get lost in the passion than to lose the passion. Life can only be understood going backward, but must be lived going forward. Purity of heart is to will one thing. Seducing a girl is no art, but it needs a stroke of good fortune to find one worth seducing. Faith is the highest passion in a man. You become what you understand.